Hello and welcome to another Capture the Flag edition of Daryl Show Your Work, episode 152 to be exact. All right, so continuing on with the overall theme with elevating privileges within a Linux system. All right, I wanted to show how we can exploit sudo to elevate user privileges. Now, for those who've been following my channel for a while, you may know that I actually did a video on this before. I believe it was video 37 to be exact. So if you want to watch the first time I attempted this, you can watch that video. And I used a different method to exploit sudo, which was misconfigured in that example. So I'm gonna do this kind of something similar here, but it's going to be a different method in which we can exploit the use of sudo to try to elevate the privileges of a normal user to that of a more administrative user. All right. So since I am doing some sort of red teaming and offensive security type of activity here, I want to preface this video with the usual disclaimer in saying that this is for ethical research and educational purposes only. That any sort of malicious activity that may come out of someone indirectly or indirectly for someone watching this video, I do not take responsibility for, nor do I condone. All right, so we're already in right now. I'm already in the post exploitation phase of things. I'm already into our target host, so I'm not going to be going through exploiting the target host to get inside. We're already there, but I can tell you that our target host's IP address, if you look here within the URL a bar right here that I'm at the IP address of our target is 192.200.163.3. Okay. All right. So to get started, I could just do some basic enumeration, which I always say is good to do, even though it's showing here on the command line that we're student. I just want to verify that by doing a who am I command, and we can see that it verifies that I am in the I am in a student account. Also, I want to see what other users have access to this machine, have accounts on this machine actually. So I'm gonna say cat xc and then passwd, and this is going to enumerate those user and service accounts for me. All right, so we can see here at the top, there's of course a root account, and here at the bottom is a student account, which I'm right now logged in as, and all the rest of these are service accounts. So ultimately, my goal is to go from a student to find my way to having a session here with the root account here on the system, which is going to grant me system level privileges to be able to run pretty much any command that I want to run here on this Linux system. All right, so um, the next command I'm going to run, what it's going to show me, it's going to show actually what commands that my user account can run with sudo, which essentially means root privileges without giving me access to the root account. All right, so in order to do that, I could say sudo -l. All right, so we could see here as far as what it came back, we could see that it looks like that only the man command can run with the sudo, and it's going to allow me to see the manuals for the utilities on the system, and I'm going to show what that looks like. But we can also see here, all right, that no password has been set. So often this happens when the system administrator sets up pseudo privileges for specific binaries where a normal user needs to run pseudo privileges in order to run that binary or that command. All right, so I could show you an example what I mean about a man. All right, so man, there's something called man pages, and it works similar to the help menu, except it's more considered like an electronic manual for whatever utility that you're running that you want a man page for. So I'm gonna say man ls for example. All right, and it's going to give me a manual as far as what ls is and the different type of options that I can run with it. So this is a man page for ls. All right. So Q takes you out of the man page, by the way. All right. And let's say that I wanted to now, if I wanted to do sudo, use sudo with that. I could say sudo, this time man, and let's do the man page for cat. All right, which is used to basically to display the contents of whatever file we specify. All right, so let's say that I needed sudo in order to look at the man page for cat. That's where I would run sudo man and cat, and that would enable me to see what I'm seeing now, which is the man page for cat. All right. So this is just an example pseudo, but I mean, man is just an example of a one particular utility that we can assign pseudo privileges for. All right. But I'm going to show a problematic thing with this. All right. So the problem is that when when I'm running sudo, when I'm given a user, when a user's given the ability to run sudo as that utility, well, that means that as long as they're in that utility, they can run anything as root. And that's including if I wanted to give myself a bash session. All right. So I'm going to show what happens. All right. So I'm going to go back inside of this man page. I'm going to say, let's do sudo man cat again. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean here. All right. So I'm in there, right? So I'm not going to hit Q to quit this time. Instead, I'm going to say bang, and I'm going to say bin bash. And see what happened. Now I have a bash. Now I have now created a bash session as root. So now I've successfully elevated my privileges from a regular user account as student. And since I've abused that pseudo privilege I've been given just to use man, and I've used that as a way to create a bash session for myself within root. And so as long as I stay in here, so as long as I do that, I can basically run a command as the root account. All right. So remember that this is a capture the flag edition of Daryl Show Your Work. So let's go digging inside the directory here and the directories here inside of the root account, and let's see if we can find anything. So let's if I do ls, let's see what directories we have to choose from. Okay, that's interesting. Didn't return anything. All right. Well, let's see if root has a root directory. I'm gonna say cd/root. Okay, it appears to have that. So then I'm gonna do a list, and bam, there's our flag. All right. So then if I say cat flag, it's going to show the contents of that flag. All right, and we can see here that this is the hash value of the flag's contents. All right, so the main takeaway from this is just it's understandable why administrators do this, because administrators basically they want to be able to give normal users the ability to use some of the utilities or some of the features of utilities that require root level privileges without giving them access to the root account. The problem is if you have a user, either if we're talking about a an internal threat here as far as the user, if a user is more sophisticated and knows how to abuse this, then they could give themselves root privileges here, or in the case that we're talking about an intrusion where an outsider comes in, compromises the system, and they look for and find this vulnerability, they can easily exploit it and then have root access to that machine and pretty much do anything they want to do on that machine. So it's just being cautious and being careful as an administrator and how you assign these pseudo privileges, and just making sure that there's really no other means in order for that user to be able to do what it is that they're trying to do, or to run whatever command that they're trying to run without putting everybody and everything at risk from this happening. So please like, share, and subscribe. Most importantly, show your work. And until next time, take care of yourself and God bless.